Hello, everyone. I am Euivin Park, CTO of Line. Thank you for attending Line Developer Day 2020. As you can see, we're having our event online this year. As I regret not being able to meet each of you in person, online means more people from more countries and regions could attend. So that's something we're happy about. This year, the global outbreak of COVID-19 has brought about many social problems, and people's lifestyles and the way people engage with each other has drastically changed. I'm sure amongst you, some of you are listening to this session while working from home. In this way, work has also shifted to remote work, and that has become the new norm. In digitalization, there has been a major bottleneck, including many traditional ways of working, has drastically changed. So digitalization is accelerating more than ever. The communication patterns have changed a lot as well. For instance, video chat and other online communication methods have become more popular. In the past year, do you feel that you've been using Line more than before? This is shown in the Line usage trends. As you can see here, this graph shows the number of video calls that were placed over Line. From February, the number of calls increased and had increased 235% from February to May. What increased was not only user interaction. This graph shows the number of Line official accounts that opened, especially in categories such as education, salons, and restaurants. We saw an increase in the number of official accounts. Because store owners could not communicate or interact directly with their customers, they are using Line to continue to engage and interact with their customers at a more deeper level. To meet these kinds of new needs, Line has been accelerating efforts and releasing features and services quickly to support people's communication needs. Let me show you a few examples. In a Line group, we wanted to improve people's video call experience, and we have released a new feature called Watch Together. So watching a video together or playing a game with your family has shifted from offline to online, so that in a Line group, when you have a video chat, you can use Watch Together to share your screen so that you can all enjoy a video together. And before, you could only have a video chat with people who are in your list of friends. So I'm sure some of you had hesitated to add someone as a friend just to have a video call. With Line Meeting, you can have a video call with up to 500 people who don't all have to be your own Line friend. This was released in August. With Line, you can complete all of the necessary steps in 2 steps. So any kind of online meeting, online yoga lessons, or English lessons are all available online, as well as other activities. In this way, your day-to-day communication can continue seamlessly online. Furthermore, due to COVID-19, a lot of physical stores have been negatively impacted. Line is supporting them as well. For instance, I think a lot of you have been inconvenienced by the change in, let's say, business hours or hours of operation and holidays. So with Line official account, you can have a Line call, so that whereas before everything had to be done through text, you can do more quickly through a Line call. Also, this month, we released a service called Reserve with Line, so that you can use Line to make a reservation for a restaurant. Also, from the Line chat, you can use Line Pay to make your payment. This payment service is available as a prototype right now, but we plan to officially release it this year. In July, we began accepting entries for the Line Mini app so that store owners can provide various services as a web app. Here are a few services that are available. In Harajuku, there are a lot of popular cafes. A lot of cafes are issuing digitalized number tickets for the waiting line, so that whereas some of the most popular cafes had a waiting line of up to 5 hours, this is all digitalized, and the people who had to be hired to organize these lineups could be saved. Also, with Ise Pharmacy, you can receive your prescription drugs without having to line up. About 80% of users are repeaters, so we are seeing a very good response. In this way, by using my Line Mini app, the congestion, which is a major problem related to COVID-19, has been reduced. Also, the stress level reduces and is increasing the number of repeaters for the feature. In the healthcare industry, an online checkup service called Line Doctor will be released. Using Line Video Call, you can get a checkup or examination by a doctor. You can search for a clinic, make a reservation, get a checkup, and pay all online. Furthermore, in various countries, we are preparing a banking service, as I mentioned last month. Our very first Line banking service was released in Thailand. From money transfers to payments, loan, applying for a debit card can all be done on the Line app. And we are very happy to see many Thai users starting to use the service. Also, in Japan, Thailand, Indonesia, Taiwan and Indonesia, we are on course to provide you with a new service as well. With local governments, more and more are using Line. In Japan, in April, in Shibuya-ku, you could use Line to apply for a residence certificate. So if you're living in Shibuya, you simply need to answer a few questions to get the documents you need, and you can use Line Pay to make your payment. In Japanese local governments, eKYC is being used, and Line Clova's face recognition technology and OCR technology is being utilized. Also, I think I'm not the only one who had difficulties finding masks at a certain time. In Taiwan, the NHI open data is utilized so that on an official account, you can check which pharmacies still have stock of masks. Furthermore, in Japan and Taiwan government agencies, the Line chatbot is used to check their citizens' health status remotely. So, these examples of healthcare, financial, and public services are the industries where digitalization was the most difficult to bring about. But we are making concrete advancements to digitalize these industries as well. In this way, there were a lot of needs that arose due to the change in social situations. Also, in this kind of fast-changing environment, we were able to release new features and services to meet people's needs, partly thanks to the passion and dedication of our engineers, but also because of our Line platform and our perseverance to continuously improve the quality of our platform. Because of the Line platform, we were able to release a lot of features and services quickly, and thanks to APIs, we were able to enhance communication and make it more smooth. Next, let me focus on the number of activities that took place this year related to our Line platform. The most popular service these days is video chat. That is made available with our VoIP platform. As I explained in the beginning, from February to May, video calls increased 235%, and we recognized 16 times traffic at peak. This is the upper limit of the Tokyo data center. So that was a major increase. To support this change, we had optimized load balancing to meet this change. And in addition to using local data centers, depending on the network status, we utilize data centers of other regions dynamically so that people will continue to have a smooth user experience. To meet these diversifying user needs and business needs, we provided a PaaS platform so that in healthcare, finance, and education, we were able to provide our services fairly smoothly. In addition to video calls, image and other content traffic increased. This kind of media data was exchanged smoothly and quickly with our continuously improving platform. By using this technology, we were making sure that people were able to enjoy media content quickly. Also, thanks to the disaster response system that we had been preparing over the years, we were able to adapt to the quickly changing circumstances. Also, there was many other projects that were ongoing. Ant-Man was one of them. To adjust to users' environments, the format was dynamically changed so that users would be able to reduce the network amount that was needed to download media. Also, the storage needed for this using this kind of media was reduced by 50%. Also, this was a benefit for Line as well, but for users who have limited storage on their phones, probably benefited from this new feature as well. At Line, engineers update and maintain the systems they are in charge of, and also have a lot of projects that are launched autonomously. Ant-Man was one of them that started through a discussion amongst engineers, because engineers discovered the need for this service. Next, let me talk a bit about the data platform. Many data engineers are working hard to provide quality services around the world. To support this, we have a robust data platform and have many projects that are ongoing. Allow me to pass the mic to Ikebe-san to give more detail. Then, after that, the biggest change was in our blockchain platform this year. That will be explained after data. So, Ikebe-san, it's all yours. Hello, everyone. I am Ikebe from Line. I am the head of data labs of the Data Science and Engineering Center, which is a division dedicated to data. I will be talking about Line's data and the AI field that utilizes data. So, here is a slide showing the number of monthly active users of Line. Combining our top 4 countries, there are 167 million monthly active users. This many users exchange messages, videos, and images every day. Also, in addition to the messaging service, with Line News, we have 17.5 billion monthly page views. This year, due to the change in lifestyles, this number increased. So that means a lot of log data is being generated every day. This diagram shows how we will be collecting and utilizing the data to improve our service. So log data is issued every day. We analyze this and we apply this to machine learning so that we can improve our services and the launch of new services. Line style is the foundation of our values at Line, and utilizing this kind of data for continuous improvement is very important for us. Also, we are focused on democratization of data so that when engineers want to use data, they can safely and conveniently access data themselves. We have a data platform for that. We call it IU, Information Universe. By centralizing data, we can exercise data governance, and engineers can safely and conveniently use this data. Here is the scope of IU right now. More than 275 petabytes of data storage is available, and more than 7,000 records of data is stored. By centralizing data, this has become more accessible. Next, we collected this data to use it for machine learning. In addition to the engineers in data labs, many teams use data for machine learning. And this environment, if it was provided individually, it would be very inefficient. So, in order to allow engineers to utilize this data for machine learning, we have provided a shared platform. We named this Machine Learning Universe, MLU in short. MLU contains a notebook for machine learning and a portal and libraries, GPU cluster for learning, and deploy and serving platform for services are the components of this platform. Global engineers can collaborate remotely to build this platform as we speak. So, this is a platform that our engineers are using. Next, let me talk about a platform that we will be providing to external engineers. Developers and business members are providing a lot of platforms for our partners and external engineers. At linedevday in 2016, we announced a messaging API to build a chatbot. This messaging API is very popular, and there are more than 600,000 bots that are interacting with users every day. In addition to a chatbot, a web service is being created with LIF. Line login can be used so that users can log into your services more easily. Mini app was announced earlier. This was launched this year as a new service. This year, we would like to further make our AI technology available to everyone through Line blockchain. And for B2B, we have Line Marketplace that will also facilitate the use of our AI technologies. My next topic is Line Clova. My first topic is not as technical. It's more about the Line Clova brand. Before, AI-related products for Line was called Line Brain for B2B, and Line Clova, including our AI speakers. Whereas we had two brands before, we have consolidated these two brands under the name Line Clova so that the various technologies that we have been building up to this point will be provided to continue to be provided to enterprises. And this has been founded upon our research and development, especially three technologies. First is voice recognition technology. Deep learning end-to-end model is expected to be implemented so that long-term voice recognition can be enabled to, for instance, take meeting minutes in a meeting. Next is NLP. We are operating many services so that blog data can be used for machine learning. Also, we developed our own general language processing model, and this we believe can achieve the top global rank. Next is OCR. In 2019, in the ICDAR International Conference, we achieved the top global rank in 4 categories. To further sophisticate the quality, we enable automated recognition and analysis in the field of, for instance, accounting, specifically ledgers. To scan receipts, the product name and price can be categorized and analyzed automatically. For foundational technology, in addition to product development, we are also active in academia. For instance, ICA, SSB, and Interspeech, which are world's largest conferences on spoken language processing. We are actively participating, and we also have published research papers that have been adopted. For the Line Clova product lineup, we have Clova Voice and Clova Speech-related products that offer our foundational technology and solution-based services to resolve various social problems. For instance, Line AI Call and a highly precise identity verification service. Line aims to build a new normal in which AI naturally helps people to resolve the various inconveniences that lie in their work and personal lives as a loyal assistant. In order to achieve this goal, there are many technical issues that we need to resolve. We need more people. We need to continue to invest in research and development so that we can continue to wow our users. If you are as excited as I am for Line's AI future, please get on board and join us to build our platform. I hope that explained to you about our AI platform. Also, we will be providing a blockchain platform to you this year. Blockchain technology is an essential technology for Line that values safety and security. So we have continued to develop in this field, and we are proud to say we are ready to release a platform. Soko-san will be giving the details. Hello, everyone. I am Yan Soko. I am leading development at Line. I initially started developing servers, and then I started working more on blockchain. Today, I am proud to announce the blockchain platform, which is one of our major results. Develop research started in 2018 when we launched the blockchain division, and there were 2 tracks. Blockchain Lab works on the basic technologies of blockchain. In Line style, there is a motto called "Stay a step ahead," which means a swift beta rollout is better than a perfect one that comes too late. When we built Line Messenger, we were aiming to release the product in 2 months. In blockchain development, we adopted the same policy to build the foundational technology, and then we had a running version in 3 months. Then in 2018 August, at the time we called it Link Chain, and we were able to offer Link Chain on exchanges that same year. So then we started building a blockchain platform for third parties. We wanted to release it sooner, but we faced 2 issues when we started development. First is that considering Line scale, we needed to make the technology level more sophisticated. Secondly, as a public company and a platform provider, we have a legal and social responsibility to provide a trusted service. So we spent 2 years to continue to develop the foundational technology. We had organized ourselves to launch a more sophisticated, high-quality service, and we are proud to say that we can release the platform this year. In this way, we have been building blockchain technology. A lot of times I am asked why Line is building blockchain, and I jokingly say that there is no reason not to. But because we are having a major event today, I would like to take that question more seriously.
A few years ago, when I first learned about blockchain, I was impressed with the architectural concept and the implementation methods, but I wasn't convinced with how we can utilize it online. As I learned more about blockchain technology, I realized the value it can entail. With this technology, we're able to secure a high level of trust and reliability. So going back to the question of why Line is developing its blockchain, I will answer, because of blockchain algorithm, we can secure a high level of trust and reliability. So this is a platform of not only user-to-user communication, but it supports other areas like companies and public services. The most important element of communication is reliability. Line's utmost priority is to protect reliability. For this, we invest not only in enhancing information security and system stability. We take various measures such as PR activities so that users feel a sense of trust. The result of this is our brand image and where our users can rely on our platform. On the other hand, blockchain is a technology that proves that data has not been manipulated without disclosing the data itself among untrusted members. Data reliability is secured by algorithm, not just by hard work or company branding. Line is a company that places priority on trust and reliability, and blockchain is an imperative technology. Furthermore, if we can leverage this technology together with our partners, we can collectively bring more applications with enhanced reliability. And with this in mind, Line began to develop its own blockchain. Let me explain where Line is headed with the blockchain technology. We aim to design a blockchain that is easy for anyone to use. Blockchain is one of the important paradigms that shifted the society in the last decade. But it's still is a complicated technology for most people, while there are also many out there who have a negative impression of blockchain. The reason is simple. We have not yet seen a blockchain service that showcases the convenience and the fundamental benefits of blockchain. For users who use services on the blockchain and for developers who provide these services, we needed to offer a blockchain that is designed for easy use. For users should be able to navigate on the familiar Line UX while also enjoying advantages that blockchain offers. Users should not have to learn about the blockchain in order to use these services. And deteriorating the UX just because it's on the blockchain will be unacceptable. For developers, protocols for blockchain is different from that of standard API, which means that the cost of developing on blockchain will be higher. In addition, setting up a dedicated operation team will further raise the cost. Line blockchains offers API, such as REST API, that is already familiar to developers. This makes our blockchain accessible to developers, but on top of this, Line also offers operational insights and marketing tools, making it even effortless and useful for anyone. Here is what Line offers on its blockchain platform. There are two versions of the Line blockchain mainnet. As financial apps and general apps require different features and requirements, we've separated the mainnet into these two categories. On top of the blockchain mainnet, we have the Line blockchain framework. This offers abstract APIs and developer consoles for easy development on this blockchain. Line Blockchain Wallet is where users can manage their data, and Line Blockchain Explorer allows us to check encrypted data in order to validate the integrity of the blockchain. Now let me guide you through how you can implement your application on Line blockchain. Recently, everything is headed towards digitalization. So let's take electrical contracts as an example. So users will use a Line blockchain wallet as a common UI to prove their identity and store contract results as NFT. The UI itself is not different from any other Line services. However, they benefit from additional security that contract information is written in a ledger that cannot be altered. The contract is issued not only as a standard document, but as a unique token. For service providers, they do not need to develop a separate system to save and manage the contracts. The content is encrypted only for the user and service providers to have access. And Line blockchain mainnet guarantees that the content will not be manipulated. Data constancy is guaranteed not only by Line, but users can always validate data constancy through Line Blockchain Explorer. Until now, the service provider had the responsibility to create and guarantee the contract content. However, by leveraging Line blockchain technologies, these responsibilities can be segregated. This makes it easier for them to focus on developing highly reliable services. So on top of the Line blockchain platform, there is the vast Line ecosystem. Users have access to these services through Line blockchain wallet. They can easily manage cryptocurrencies on Line Bitmax. As such, Line is aiming to develop one extensive ecosystem on its blockchain. On this platform, we have more than 200 businesses requested to open an account with us. We're very excited with this response. Thank you very much for your interest. Some of these have partnered with Line and have begun to offer their services on the Line blockchain. So today, we invite you to experience Line blockchain as well. For those watching today, you can submit a request to claim 2,000 yen worth of Link. Link is Line's proprietary crypto asset. So go to the Line Developer Day official account and type and send LINK in capital letters. Starting now and for only 10 minutes only, you'll be eligible to participate in this campaign. Certain restrictions apply. For instance, a minor cannot receive our crypto asset. However, we hope this becomes a doorway for you to step into the world of Line's blockchain. Finally, let me introduce to you our future ambitions. In terms of enhancing third-party API, we're aiming to launch custom smart contracts in 2021. Bitmax Wallet is scheduled to be released globally next year as well. The core mainnet is undergoing further technological developments. We're also developing VMs for smart contracts, improving consensus algorithms for various needs, and making technical developments for HD Wallet and mixing to enhance privacy. And next month, we're hosting Line Blockchain Developers Meetup in Tokyo to be in touch and exchange ideas with developers like you. If you're interested to know more about Line Blockchain, please come and join us. So I've been speaking about Line Blockchain. Again, what we aim is to design a blockchain that can be used by everyone. If this vision resonates with you, we encourage you to be one of our partners and develop and offer a service that can be easily used by everyone. Line is determined to create a blockchain platform that brings wow to the server's users and developers. Thank you for listening. Now it's my pleasure to bring back Euivin-san, our CTO. So up until now, I had our technical leaders introduce you to our platform. Line is a lifestyle infrastructure supporting users' daily lives 24/7 under our vision of life online. This year, our lifestyles have drastically changed, and we worked to maximize the power of our platform and technology to respond quickly to these changes. This is the same going forward. Line will use technology to its fullest extent to bring wow to our users. So we have presented the future direction of the platform, but Line as a corporate entity is also facing a big change. The business integration with Z Holdings. Z Holdings holds various services under its umbrella, including Yahoo Japan. Most of you are probably aware of why we are merging businesses with them. However, for those who are not, let me give you a quick summary. First and foremost, we are feeling a strong sense of urgency. The tech giants in the US and China, they hold abundant resource and data, and they have shown impressive growth in the recent years. Line and Z Holdings will join hands to seek opportunities to battle against these global tech companies. Another reason to come together is that we both believe that technology can be an answer to many more social issues, not only in Japan, but around the world. Technology can be used to resolve various social issues, like the COVID-19, as well as technology can be used to make our lives more convenient. Line and Yahoo share the strong commitment to pursue these areas. And this is an important reason why behind why we decided to join hands. Now I am pleased to introduce you to our guest speaker. This is Mr. Chiaki Fujimon, CTO of Yahoo Japan Corporation. Thank you for joining us today. Hello, everyone. I am the CTO of Yahoo Japan Corporation. I am Chiaki Fujimon. I'm very happy to join Line's Developer Day today. As Euivin-san has mentioned, I, as the CTO of Yahoo Japan, am excited to contribute in resolving social issues by leveraging technology, together with Line and other group companies. Thank you very much, Fujimon-san. So in this keynote address, Line introduced various initiatives related to COVID-19. So can you share what Yahoo Japan has done in the last few months in response to this pandemic? Sure. Let me present some of Yahoo's projects. In the past 6 months, Yahoo Japan has made more than 80 feature updates and service launches. I would like to introduce 3 examples today. The first project. So if you're a user in Japan, I'm sure you've seen this screen at least once. In order to prevent the spread of COVID-19, we've continued to provide updated information on the disease on the main page of Yahoo Japan, a website that is accessed most by Japanese users. So the information that we provide includes status of outbreak in Japan and overseas, announcement by the Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare, information of making donations to related organizations, content on how to adapt to the new lifestyle as notified by the Japanese government, and alerts to false rumors and frauds. So Yahoo Japan aimed to capture actual information and updated this information so that every person in this country can take precaution measures to prevent the spread of this disease. The second project is the congestion feature that runs on Yahoo Maps. The national government and municipalities have requested citizens to self-quarantine and avoid the 3 C's in order to prevent the spread of COVID-19. That said, there are situations where we must go into the city. And this feature allows users to check how crowded the destination is or how crowded the large terminal stations are before they leave the house. And this is the feature that we provided on Yahoo Maps. We actually closed this feature in January due to business reasons. but there were many users raised their voices on social media to bring back this feature. And so we were able to offer it again in April. So in doing so, we didn't want to just bring back the same feature. We judged that it would be important to continue to update this feature going forward. So we completely revamped this feature before offering it on Yahoo Maps. The final project. The spread of COVID-19 has devastated the domestic travel and tourist industries. The final project I would like to introduce is related to the Go To Travel campaign initiated by the Japanese government in order to stimulate the demand for domestic tourism. So since July 27th, we were the first to take action on Yahoo Travel and a travel website called Ikkyu. So through this campaign, the government subsidizes up to 50% of the total travel cost. And because of this campaign received a lot of attention. The lead time from announcement to the campaign launch was very short. And this led to short development period, but we were happy to be able to launch this feature. Even today, many users make reservations through our platform to enjoy travel while also being mindful to the disease. So these are some of the projects that we took part in the recent few months. We look forward to a continued business in using Yahoo Japan. Thank you very much for that. We both worked very hard this past year. As for the business integration, there are many things that still must be discussed, and we cannot make an official announcement today. But I would like to take this opportunity to casually talk about what's recently been on our minds as CTOs of tech companies. What do you think? Yes, it's a rare opportunity for me to hear thoughts of a CTO of a tech company of the same size, so I would love to hear your ideas. Okay, so the first question I have is, how has your year been so far? Personally, it was very hard for me. So the biggest challenge for me is based on given situation, how it involves, we needed to change priorities. And that requires adjusting resources and in some cases making difficult decisions. So this was the hardest thing for me this year. There were projects like the national survey on COVID-19 where it needed to be done right now. So I've instructed our people to work on it and get it done. Also, a project related to local services and delivery services, which met the demand of the current situation, we had to raise priority to develop these services. That means we needed to decide which projects can wait or be suspended. So these are some of the hardships we had. And while Japan, Taiwan, and Thailand are similar, there are also slightly different in requirements for each region, which came flooding in all at once. So in normal times, a PM would handle each project. However, with COVID-19 leaving us very little time to develop, many decisions, go or no-go decisions, had to be made very quickly. How about you, Fujimon-san? Yes, just as you've mentioned, Yahoo also went through many hardships in deciding and changing priorities for various services. January to March is when the term COVID-19 started to get known, and the number of infections were on the rise. Our objective was to provide accurate information, so we enhanced our media and search features. After that, in April, the government declared a state of emergency where people were asked to stay home. So during this phase, many people shopped on e-commerce websites. So we needed to enhance our features around e-commerce. Then in July, the Go To Travel campaign began. So we needed to respond to that. And so we further strengthened our services and e-commerce. So in short, in the past 6 months, we've dynamically reallocated our resources in order to meet these needs. And that was the hardest for me. We also took on a new challenge. So instead of just simply reallocating resources, we built an internal task force team. So there were multiple projects running at the same time related to COVID-19. But we had these task force members who can flexibly go into and support any project in order to boost the development speed. We tried this system for the first time, and I think it went pretty well. That sounds like a good system. Yes, changing the priority requires us to think how to reallocate services and speed up the development process. And I think this is an issue that we face all the time. But in this situation, there are so many projects running in parallel, so scale was also an issue. So for us, I leveraged our team in Vietnam because it was relatively easy to scale. But this is something that we should always keep in mind. Of course, resource was a big issue, but for me, not being able to personally meet our members in different countries presented an issue on teamwork and communication. So Line has always developed teams in various regions, and we were used to remote work. But when starting a new project, we normally met offline to be in sync of the overall architecture and requirement. Then we would go back to our respective countries and collaborate remotely. But we couldn't take this approach with COVID-19. Also, the sudden changes in priorities had a mental impact on our engineers. Normally, I would walk around, give words of encouragement to our engineers, but I wasn't able to do that with remote work. I spoke at length with our development leads on how we can enhance teamwork. And we had to be very creative about that. So how about you, Fujimon-san? Yes, I have mentioned, looking back, trying to get everything done for the Go to Travel campaign was the most difficult period. So as you remember, only 5 to 6 days before the campaign launch, the Tokyo accommodations in Tokyo were excluded. Residents of Tokyo were also excluded from this campaign, which meant the spec was not fixed until the last minute. So we were already walking on a tightrope in terms of the overall timeline. So I think it was quite intense, not only for the management side, but also for the engineers as well. So Yahoo currently adopts work from home. However, since a few years ago, we had a system where employees can work in any office. So this means the environment was already there to allow remote work. However, with COVID-19, it was the first time where all employees worked from home. And I found it very hard to maintain teamwork in situations like this. So as Euivin-san mentioned, normally I could walk up to our engineers and tell them, we're almost there. I know it's hard. Let's get this done. But with working remote, I found it challenging to convey my passion and to maintain the fire and drive of teamwork. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the members who went through these difficult times with me. So looking back, I think we were able to draw on our experience from the March 11th Tohoku earthquake and tsunami to build Yahoo's current corporate structure and culture. At that time, we also built a task force team because Yahoo was continually providing latest news on the disaster, the nuclear power plant, and power outages and information on electricity, and we're providing these news day and night. Of course, that was a very intense time for us as well, but we are all determined to make it through. And I think the same thing was happening this time more on a global scale. So I'm confident that we'll be able to make it through and in the future draw on the experience that we're going through right now. Yes, so Line is a service that conceived in the aftermath of the March 11th Tohoku earthquake and tsunami. I understood that Yahoo too was able to strengthen its team because of this massive disaster. With COVID-19, I believe we came through as a stronger team and we're determined to keep fighting. So starting next year, we'll be on the same team, so we're looking forward to working with you. Yes, at the press conference of the business integration, both CEOs mentioned that we're going to work as one team. So in the engineering layer as well, I'm looking forward for us to be on one team in order to resolve various issues. Looking forward to working with you. So while time was limited, I enjoyed hearing various stories about Yahoo Japan. So let's keep this communication going and work as a team to tackle various issues. Thank you very much for joining us today. Let me close this keynote address with some information about Line Developer Day 2020. Line Developer Day 2020 offers more than 150 sessions in various categories. With this being our first completely online event, we have a wide variety of sessions available for you. We also have sessions of various lengths so that you can use your time wisely. So these sessions span from deep technical presentations to more casual panel discussions. Above all, this is an online event, so you are in the front row of every session. Through the screen, I hope you can feel the speaker's level of expertise and insight. We also have many sessions by guest speakers. 36 guest speakers are here to offer various interesting discussions. These renowned guest speakers are those who our line engineers wanted to invite. As such, we have many attractive, interesting sessions. If time allows, I encourage you to actively take part in this year's Line Developer Day 2020. I hope you enjoy. This concludes my keynote address. Thank you very much.